Department of State's Bureau of Consular Affairs, through its official X platform, released an updated list of countries that American citizens are strongly advised not to travel to under any circumstances. The list includes countries such as Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, and Uganda, among others. What has particularly drawn attention in Uganda is that the country's inclusion among the destinations that the United States considers unsafe for its citizens. According to the U.S. Travel Advisory Platform, Uganda was placed on the list due to 5 key concerns relating to the public health situation, recent Ebola outbreak, crime, terrorism, and unrest, which Washington says remain security concerns in the country.
Just like any other country in the world.
Just like any other country. Shut up, you. This man spent how many years in the UK? You don't say just like any other country.
Really?
However, the executive director of the Uganda Media Center, Alan Kasujja, has dismissed the reasons advanced by the US as weak and outdated, saying that Uganda cannot be compared to some of the countries on the list.
Well, sad for you, Kasujja. Very sad for you. You can continue living in those illusions. Oh, Uganda cannot be compared. It is compared. It is on the list. What are you going to do about it? What? What are you going to do, Kasujja?
Objectively assessed their reasons, and to be honest, I wouldn't on the basis of what I've seen online advise anyone not to come to Uganda. Certainly not me. And this is objective analysis.
Of course, you are a regime simp. You are a regime apologist. You are a friend to the perpetrator, the perpetrator of evil.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, earlier today we promised each other that we shall be back, and here we are. My name is Mordecai Marissa, and you're watching Mordecai Marissa Live. Ready? Now do this. Down in the comment section, write what you think about this if you find it worth. And like, invite others to join us. I'll truly appreciate. This is Mordecai Marissa Live. Are you ready? Shall we? We enjoy what we do here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as lawlessness, impunity, abductions, torture, and the persecution of Museveni's political opponents continue to hang over Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's criminal regime, Uganda has suffered another major international embarrassment. The United States has placed Uganda under level 4 do not travel advisory. Absolutely. This is the highest travel warning issued by Washington. Maybe to put this into context or perspective, a level 4 advisory means Americans are strongly advised not to travel to the country because of the security situation and the U.S. government's limited ability to assist its citizens in that country. The announcement sent Museveni's acolytes, emissaries, lackeys, and stooges into overdrive. They were scrambling to dismiss the decision, and they insisted that Uganda does not deserve to be on the list. No. Why are you putting Uganda on that list? Well, many of these are the same voices, actually, who remain conspicuously silent on the growing lawlessness and impunity, such as arbitrary arrests, enforced disappearances, torture, extrajudicial killings, and the shrinking of democratic space that continue to attract international condemnation. When they see all those things happening in Uganda, they never say a word. But the moment they see Uganda being warned or being put on this kind of list, no, you cannot do this to Uganda. Really? And the timing could hardly have been more damaging. Just hours before the U.S. advisory, Human Rights Watch sounded the alarm over what it described as a sharp surge on arbitrary arrests. It accused the Museveni criminal regime of weaponizing the military and the legal system to crush his political opponents, to silence critical voices, to intimidate media, and tighten its grip on power. We couldn't ask for more. This is what we've been asking for. We want complete isolation of Uganda. We're not asking for the U.S. to go in Uganda and topple Museveni to invade Uganda? Absolutely not. We'd be like, hey, do not become accomplices in our misery. So when we see this is not just mere condemnation. This is not just a travel ban. It is another sign that Uganda's international reputation is taking a hit, and mounting concerns over human rights and the rule of law is one thing that will actually start sending away these international organizations, individuals, and until Museveni is isolated. Let's go on and I'll show you that story. And from there, then I'll show you what they say. Actually, this is this is the list here. Okay, let's first watch this story. Then I'll give you my comment.
The U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Consular Affairs, through its official X platform, released an updated list of countries that American citizens are strongly advised not to travel to under any circumstances. The list includes countries such as Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, and Uganda, among others. What has particularly drawn attention in Uganda is that the country's inclusion among the destinations that the United States considers unsafe for its citizens. According to the U.S. Travel Advisory Platform, Uganda was placed on the list due to 5 key concerns relating to the public health situation, recent Ebola outbreak, crime, terrorism, and unrest, which Washington says remain security concerns in the country.
Just like any other country in the world.
Just like any other country. Shut up, you. This man spent how many years in the UK? You don't say just like any other country. Did you see this happening in the UK? You spent many years there. Tell me, UK politicians were abducted, tortured, taken to a tortured dungeon. You are a friend to Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Muhoozi Kainerugaba gloats in the abduction and killing of people. Tell me, I can give you 1 billion years to find me one time in the UK, in modern times, where a political opponent was abducted, tortured, and the perpetrator of those atrocities gloats in the same and is actually promoted by Museveni. Shut up, you, Alan Kasujja.
Oh, there is some crime in Uganda, but
There's some crime in Uganda. Go listen here what he says.
Crime, terrorism, and unrest, which Washington says remain security concerns in the country.
just like any other country in the world, there is some crime in Uganda, but for you to tell your people not to come to Uganda because of some sort of serious crime?
Yeah, we would like you to do the same. Tell the Ugandans not to go to the USA. There are crimes in the USA, absolutely. But it cannot even cross your mind that you're advising Ugandans not to go to the USA. Absolutely not. Because you know for sure we have a hell in Uganda.
Really?
However, the executive director of the Uganda Media Center, Alan Kasujja, has dismissed the reasons advanced by the US as weak and outdated, saying that Uganda cannot be compared to some of the countries on the list.
I have a
Well, sad for you, Kasujja. Very sad for you. You can continue living in those illusions. Oh, Uganda cannot be compared. It is compared. It is on the list. What are you going to do about it? What? What are you going to do, Kasujja?
objectively assessed their reasons, and to be honest, I wouldn't on the basis of what I've seen online advise anyone not to come to Uganda. Certainly not me. And this is objective analysis.
Of course, you are a regime simp. You are a regime apologist. You are a friend to the perpetrator, the perpetrator of evil. Of course. You don't see that problem. Us who face that problem, we're advising our friends not to come there.
The leader of opposition in parliament, Joe Senyonyi, however, says that while Uganda deserves credit for containing Ebola, there are other factors that could also have informed the US decision.
Government needs to do a lot more, whether diplomatically, but to better manage our image. We have not managed this way because the world thinks people are dropping dead of Ebola in Uganda every day, and yet it's not true.
Even as the debate continues over the Ebola justification, some legislators say Uganda should ignore the
These are jackbooted thugs of Umuhozi, the commander of the Uganda Defense Forces. He sends gun-wielding men to abduct former mayor. This is right here. Former mayor of the capital city. What do you call this? What do you call this? They came and abducted him.
other issues affecting its international reputation.
If you're coming into a country
Look at
where
this.
leaders are
Other issues affecting its international
See, it doesn't have actually the license plates.
reputation.
if you're coming into a country where leaders are abducted off the streets, you're coming into a country where pictures of those tortured leaders appear on the front pages.
NGOs have been closed, suspended, and so on.
Yeah.
Every
Tell me, you suspend and close non-government organizations. You torture your political opponents. You send jackbooted thugs to abduct your political opponents. And then you want the country to look at Uganda. Oh, it's a good.
Today we are here on the microphone asking, where is this person?
Leaders across the political divide agree that the advisory could have economic consequences if left unaddressed.
A lot of people are suffering because of these bans.
No, a lot of people have been suffering under the Museveni criminal regime for 40 years. As you and other accomplices in the plundering of our nation are growing big throats and building mansions and buying apartments in these modern and developed countries. They're not suffering because of that. They've been suffering forever. Before this ban, I was born in total and abject poverty. It wasn't because the USA put an travel advisory warning its citizens not to come to Uganda. Look at this liar.
The tourism industry has literally been decimated. They have lost an entire season. I've talked to people who have had to refund hundreds of thousands of dollars because of this travel ban.
Kasujja, however, insists that Uganda should not panic, saying the government is already engaging the relevant authorities and working to address the concerns raised.
You should not panic as I am panicking. Uganda should not panic, as you can fully tell. I am actually right now panicking, yet I'm the spokesperson of the Ugandan government, but you shouldn't panic. These people, oh, Uganda should not panic, we are engaging, as he's panicking. Hey, Kasujja, how about you advise your friend? This is Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the commander of our defense forces. Look at what he tweets. Look at how he tweets. If you have a commander of the Uganda Defense Forces warning to castrate the political opponent of his dad, gloats in the abduction and killing of the opponents of his dad, what do you want the USA to do, charlatan? Jeez, these people. How about you advise Muhoozi Kainerugaba? That will totally help. And let's go now to Human Rights Watch. Listen here, a story, I think, from DW.
So Human Rights Watch is raising alarm over a surge in arbitrary arrest in Uganda, accusing President Yoweri Museveni's government of using the military and the law to silence critics, opposition figures, and the media. So how has the crackdown intensified in the recent weeks? DW Africa breaks it down for you. The rights body says that security forces have detained
Military on the streets doing what?
Several high-profile individuals in recent months. Among them is prominent lawyer Irias Lukwago, who was subjected to enforced disappearance and arbitrary detention. Other opposition figures and journalists have also been detained, with some facing charges observers describe as politically motivated. Some detainees who were later released say they were held in undisclosed locations, interrogated, and threatened over their criticism of the government. Now, at the center of concern about military overreach is General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, President Museveni's son, and head of the Uganda
criminal thug, you should add,
as People Defense Forces. Kainerugaba has used his social media platform to issue directives to security forces, including instructing them to arrest opposition members affiliated to the National Unity Platform if they wore clothing resembling military uniforms. Authorities are increasingly relying on broad and controversial laws to justify these actions. This includes charges such as treason and cyber-related offenses, as well as provisions in the protection of sovereignty laws that impose sweeping restrictions on foreign funding and activities deemed to undermine government policy. The laws have drawn criticism for the potential to criminalize legitimate advocacy and civic engagement, with penalties of up to 20 years imprisonment for vaguely defined offenses like economic sabotage. Critics argue this reflects a wider trend. Modern authoritarianism often operates through legal systems, using courts and legislation to legitimize repression rather than bypassing it. Human Rights Watch warns that these actions raise serious concerns about Uganda's compliance with its constitution.
Election thief.
And international obligations, including protections against arbitrary detention and enforced disappearances. Concerns are growing that the space for opposition, free media, and civil society in Uganda is rapidly shrinking.
I think it shrunk already, not rapidly. Sad. That's what we see. So there's only one thing you guys can do. Actually, I think, lastly, my comment will be about I think Amos Wekesa. I'm going to go on and show you what he said because I found it really funny.
Thank you, Amos. Thank you so much.
What did he say? Where did he post about this advisory? Okay, yeah, go on. I'm going to have you read this. He says, travel advisories, Uganda, some common sense. Ugandan, some common sense. I'm amazed at some Ugandans reasoning whenever topics like the one below comes up. Some Ugandans believe that this affects government and not us all, which shocks me. Learn this. Okay, you guy. First of all, are we really supposed to be on this category? First of all, you know, that Emosa guy, whatever, Wekesa guy. First of all, he's a good guy when it comes to tourism. He loves Uganda. He enjoys promoting Uganda. That's his thing. He's invested, he's really, really invested in that, which is a really good thing. But Amos Wekesa, you have no moral authority whatsoever to lecture on Ugandans on what they should avail their opinions to or not. Okay? You don't have any moral authority. As you show concern because, I'm a tourist guy. And by the way, I want to be likable. I want all people to like me, so I will never comment about controversial issues. That's his thing, you know. As you show concern because tourism is being affected, it is affecting the Ugandan people. I truly understand you. But how about you show concern when people's rights are being violated? Because you might think, that's politics. It's not my thing. I will never say a thing. That's setting bad precedents. That's why you're struggling to sell Uganda. It is because of what we've been known for quite some time, since independence, 1962. We've never seen a peaceful transfer of power. That is a red flag to many people who'd like to visit Uganda. And why haven't we seen the peaceful transfer of power? Because over and over again, we have had coups and authoritarian takeover by thugs who rule through decrees, through violence, through violations of laws, through all those kind of stuff. That's what they've been doing. Until you show concern on either side. Show concern when Americans, put an travel advisory on Uganda, and show concern when the Museveni and Kainerugaba are really tainting, maligning the image of Uganda, which you're trying to sell outside there. I can guarantee you, there's nowhere where Amos Wekesa wrote a tweet regarding Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Now, there's nothing that is sending away tourists from coming to Uganda than this. Did you show concern? Absolutely not. What is triggering those guys in Washington or Human Rights Watch to write those or to make those comments about Uganda? It is because of the continuation of these kind of illegal, immoral, and unethical conducts of our people in positions of leadership. So don't be like, I'm going to show my concern here, but I'll never show concern, when it doesn't directly affect me. Actually, talking about when it doesn't affect me, I think there's somebody who responded to Amos Wekesa. Where did I see it? Some people were so quick to call him out. They were like, hey, guy, are you going to show your concern only when it is now affecting you? Wait a second. Let's go here. Okay. I think on this one, yeah. Let's go here. What are they saying him? Someone's like, this all makes a lot of sense. However, there's also the fact that we probably deserve to be on this damned list. For Uganda to truly attract and work for tourists, it must work for Ugandans first. There are not two ways. Absolutely. Godwin Toko, thank you. And then you have this one, says, this is a diplomatic code that is delivering a serious warnings without causing an outright rupture in relations. As we arrest and humiliate, exhibit on social media and use reckless statements, this will continue to happen. Absolutely. Then you have this one, it says, that's great. Once everyone's interests are hurt, they become political activists and analysts. The way you're calling Ugandans self-hate, kindly direct it to those government officials who are responsible for destroying Uganda's image abroad. And this is really, really even stupid coming from people like Amos Wekesa. Thinking that Uganda are celebrating because there's a travel advisory onto Uganda, put onto Uganda by the US. No. You should try to interrogate who are these people who are celebrating. I can guarantee you, if you checked our social media handles of musicians, many of them, one, they have not posted about it. Two, they don't even know what's going on. So, interrogate what kind of people are celebrating in this situation. Could it be those people that have been affected by the lawlessness and impunity of the Museveni criminal regime? When you say Ugandan self-hate, what do you mean? There's a judge in Kapiarabong doesn't know what's going on, but Mordecai Murisa, whose friend is Bobby Young, whose friend is Eddie Mutwe, his friend is Alex Wise from Fumbiro, that were illegally abducted and taken to torture dungeons and prisons. I'm going to be here and be like, no, yes, this is what we want. Okay, someone is like, stop the abduction, stop the torture. Absolutely.
End up when you're patched up. End up when you're bleeding. End up when your life is in jeopardy. We don't even know. This is how you bring back our brother. This is how you treat our brother. This is how you treat one of us. Hence our petition. We brought the petition to the State House, to the Speaker, because this has to stop. We cannot choose to go for vacation and then we come back when you're tortured like this.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Egesa says, Ndugu, to understand the political economy of sanctions, advisories, and their cousins, you need to start from the mechanics of how central banks weaponize the CBR as tools of managing the monetary policy. So some people celebrate travel advisory like they've just won the World Cup until they remember their cousin survives on tourists buying roll. Okay, of course, this is in Yamahachi. I can guarantee you, there's something I don't understand. Now, I'm not accusing Banyankole. I want to say something here. I'm a Munyankole, 100%. Born in Bushenyi by both parents who are Banyankole. But I don't understand. Every time I criticize the Museveni criminal regime in Muhoozi, people who usually come and hurl insults and try to defend the lawlessness of Muhoozi bear Ankole or Banyachitara names. Why? As some people who are Banyankole think, oh, I'm supposed to defend Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba. By all means, I don't understand it. That level of stupidity, I don't understand. So there's that India Mohachi, Stevie Noshabe. And I can guarantee you, if I scroll down, you see many of the people who are defending tend to be Banyankole.
Thank you.
This is not me saying, hey, all Banyankole support the Museveni criminal regime. Absolutely not. But there's a few that have taken it to be their mandate, their responsibility to defend the lawlessness and impunity of Museveni. Sad. Let me know what you think down in the comment section and I'll be glad. My name is Mordecai Murisa. Talk to you soon.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.